We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for to smash that like button, tell me you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. So here we are with the S&P 500 index as it continues to consolidate here through the volatility and tries to bring itself back up from the recent lows. Now, today in the morning, our SPY bot, it's a new release that we just upgraded on the Discord, sent it directly into the Discord messages to let us know the bull and bear indicators, sent us a bull indicator at 10:25 a.m. And as you could see in the chart, call options literally took off as the chart pushed higher with strength on 42 vision after that bull indicator, 3 to 4x. Now, if you actually look at how the day performed on the S&P 500 index, you could see that things were pushing upwards. And if I pull up the SPY, same thing, right? It was an upward trend all day. But is this going to be a bull trap, or is this the beginning of a possible reversal? That's what we're going to break down in today's video. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. Every single stock I mentioned this morning turned out to be a home run, and one of them was beyond expectations, cannot go overlooked. It was phenomenal. And if you guys want to get on early with us every single day, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us. And we're going to jump into everything here with the S&P 500 index and how the SPY is moving overall. So the home runs of the day were spectacular and beyond expectations, and every single stock turned out to be a home run that I mentioned today. If you want to get on early with us every single morning, we strive for opportunities like these. Check out the link down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So these are the three stocks I mentioned this morning, and IMPP and INDO turned out to be 20% plus home runs. But the home run of the day that was spectacular and beyond expectations, way beyond we could have ever imagined in a single day, was KSCP, and this stock soared for a 400% plus highest point here in the aftermarket hours. Now, I mentioned it in the pre-market at around $6 and some change after pulling downwards, consolidated, and started to pick up momentum slowly into the sevens, got that bull indicator and full strength for 100% plus consolidation, bear indicator, slightly pulled back to the 10s, and took off with another bull indicator and strength from the moment we mentioned it to the highest point of possibility of 400% plus, guys. If you guys want to get on early with us, every single morning we strive for opportunities like these, whether the market is going up or going down. Check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the S&P 500 index trying to fight and bring itself back up from the recent lows down here at 4,225, and it's trying to bounce back up and get itself from this consolidation to a breakout, right? And the question is it going to be a bull trap, or is this going to be significantly a real type of reversal with strength? Now I'm going to pull up Ultimate 42 Vision, bull and bear indicators, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 Vision indicators to receive the clarity you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities. Now, here we are with the S&P 500 index pulling downwards, right? It's been under a bear indicator since way up here at 46.53. And when we zoom out, things are bouncing back up from the recent correction lows, right? If you look at that, that's pretty interesting to me, right? So the last time we got white with red borders was around this time, and we ended up getting this reversal. So this is super important to be watching if we get a bull indicator anywhere along these lines. But the last time we got a little reversal and bump here, no bull indicator, and right now we still don't have one just yet on the 4-hour. This is something I'm going to be looking for very closely moving forward. It's going to be super important to pay close attention to it and what's going on within these specific levels. Now, when we zoom back in and we put this under the 30-minute, okay, you could see things are a little bit more volatile. We have been going in a downward direction, and after hitting this low here, okay, of 42.23.25, give or take, we've bounced back up. We came back down. We retested around 42.92, and bounced off of it. Now we are under a bull indicator here on the 30-minute, showing some strength here at 44.31. It needs to break through 44.53 to actually show some type of strength, and then get back up here towards 4,600. Now to the downside, it needs to stay above 4,200 and the lows down here of 42.23.25, give or take, and not retest these lows. It's going to be super important to be watching these levels moving forward, because any push to the upside could seem like things are getting better, and then all of a sudden we get a big surprise like we got way up here in that December rally, and even on the way down this rally right here at the beginning of January on the 10th towards the 13th, lasted 3 days, and then things continue to go lower. Okay, I've also expressed in previous videos how I'm going to be watching the 1 day very closely, because we are under a bear indicator since way up here at 4,700, and we have not gotten white with red borders since the most recent correction in September, and then the last time we got it was way back here in 2020. And the last time we got a bear indicator on 2020, it went from 3,300 all the way down to 2,100, and in the middle of it there was a fake out, right? And this turned out to be a point where things started to look like they were coming back up. But if no bull indicator pops up and things are still trying to look like they're reversing, yeah, it jumped from 2,800 back up to 3,100, about 10%, doesn't mean that it's over, because no bull indicator popped up. This bear indicator is still dominating, and look how extreme weakness continued, which white with red borders based off of 42 vision is the dip area. And when you look at the bigger picture, that was the dip, and we never saw white with red borders again. We saw many corrections of 5 to 10%, 10 to 15%, but the strength was on, and you just continued to see it all the way throughout this bull run until this next correction, which was the latest one in September. And then in October, things started to pick back up towards November, got that bull indicator, and it lasted all the way up to the peak here of December 30th. And since January, we have been in a full-on correction. We got that bear indicator confirmation here at 4,700, and we went to lows here of 4,200, just about a 10 to 15% move to the downside. Now, there's a few key things I'm looking into that this needs to really show me, apart from just, 42 vision, the 1 day chart, the 4 hour as well. Apart from all of this, also I am looking at the 1 week. Okay, and this is the first bar that we just got with a bear indicator. And if I zoom out, okay, this doesn't actually always go to white with red borders. It's very, very rare, and these bear indicators do not pop up every single day. And if I zoom out all the way back, okay, to our correction / crash of 2020, that's how it started. Okay, well, the bear indicator popped up on the first one, and then it went back to back 2 of them, and then it went to white with red borders until it got this bull indicator. And if I zoom out, bigger picture, right, that bull indicator since April of 2020 held strong all the way to the peak of today's correction / crash that we're in, because the NASDAQ has touched crash territory and the S&P 500 index is in correction territory. This is pretty big, okay? And if this holds, okay, no matter how much of a little bounce back we get, this just started a bear indicator, and usually based off the history, these bear indicators do last a few days, okay? Even up to months, okay, at a time. This was way back in that correction of 2018. Those of you that know, the stock market had a big issue in 2018 because of the fact that the Fed was going to raise rates for the first time in a while. They had to pull back on that. They stated that they weren't going to raise it as much. And 2019 was a full out upside potential, right? You could see that run. But then the next one here only lasted 2 bars, okay? And this was back at the beginning of 2018 in January. So this is what I'm watching, if it's just going to be 2 bars. But it's not the same, because this has been under 3 bars already. It's just not popping up as fast as the 2021, and it's slightly popping up like the one from 2018. There was 2 here, okay? 2 of them. Now this one is actually showing 3 of them, okay? Super important look at this and see this from this perspective. There's 3 of them already, and we're getting a bear indicator. So this had not popped up until now. So this is actually signifying even further weakness, because when we go back, like I showed earlier in the video, these other ones lasted several weeks and days, and you could see that it was back to back one of them, and this was the shortest lived out of all of them. But this is happening more like the 2018 at the end of the year, and also like this one right here in 2020. We are 3 red candles in, and the bear indicator has popped up. That is something to watch carefully. This is really what I'm looking at now moving forward. And if we're going to go into white with red borders on the 1 week, because that rarely happens, and when it does, it means that things are correcting or crashing. If we go to the NASDAQ, same thing, okay? Popped up last week, and now it's confirming, it's continuing, and we are in a crash mode. And if we go back to 2020, same thing, okay? Back to back, one of them, and white with red borders popped up until things finally came back up. And it got that bull indicator here in April, and things went in with strength. So these are the key things I am looking at in the bigger picture, and also following the 1 day and the 4 hour to see within the volatility, are these real breakouts or fake outs? Because the 1 day, it's kind of just showing sideways action. But if I put the 30-minute, everything looks great, right? It looks like things are coming back up, bounced off the bottom, and it's looking strong, nice consolidation. And there's key levels this needs to break through, as I stated. So everything is the same here, whether it's the NASDAQ or even the S&P 500 index. These bottoms kind of sitting sideways. That does not mean we are in full strength or things are finally getting better. And this is going to be a huge issue for investors that think this was the bottom. And even if it turns out to be the bottom, if I'm wrong, that's going to be phenomenal. But the charts are not showing that just yet. We need to see strength continue. If this reversal continues and breaks through, right, 4,500 and gets up there, and then it goes ahead and brings the 4 hour with it, and it turns into a bull indicator, that could be some signs of strength, but not guaranteed just yet, because it could still be fake outs, right? Unless it does something like it did back here from October all the way to December at the recent highs, and the highest point we've seen the S&P 500 ever in its history. This was like literally the peak. So super important to pay close attention to what's going on bigger picture, not get too caught up or too excited on just one green day. So when I go ahead and pull up the 10-year treasury, right, this is what's really creating this rally here, okay? 10-year treasury on the 4 hour is pulling downwards, and it's looking like it's going into an inflection point from 188 all the way down to the 178, 177 today. And I stated in my video yesterday and in the previous ones, if this doesn't flex downwards or cool off just a bit, it could create some type of rally or some type of hope in the markets, bringing some type of momentum back, but not guaranteeing it, because this can turn around any second. Now, these articles here came out. Dow gains more than 500 points. Best day, those keywords, best day of 2022 to wrap up the wild week. Well, if you come down here, it states the huge intraday movements are a way to show, right, the challenge that the market now faces, which is the financial conditions are being tightened, which we know that, the Federal Reserve and so forth. As new information comes in, as markets overreact in one direction or another, which is volatility up or down, this type of volatility in some of these swings are probably going to be with us for some time, given the nature of what the market's trying to price in. Basically foreshadowing that volatility will continue. I've been talking about this for some time, and every single day for the last month, we have had up and down movements like never seen before. But the bigger picture has been going downwards. And I've stated that through the up and down, up and down, up and down, we were going to continue going downwards. Now, if the 10-year treasury continues to go downwards, this might inflect a little bit higher, but we need to watch if it gets a bull indicator. That is the key thing I'm watching for. But within this volatility, I'm going to continue to use 42 vision, look for daily opportunities to maximize on them with the clarity within the charts, and follow the SPY bot. When it sends out a notification, try to maximize on those bull and bear indicators to either side of the direction that the stocks are going, or the SPY itself within the volatility, because there are so many opportunities for me. If I pull up the 5-minute, I mean, there's so many opportunities. Bear indicator here on the 27th, bull indicator here the same day on the 27th going up, then going back down. Then it got another one on the 28th going up. Then it got a bear indicator here around this area, went a little bit down, and got a bull indicator today and took off. I mean, opportunities back and forth, and there's going to continue to be this type of volatility no matter what's going on up or down until we know more about what the Fed's going to do and how these rate hikes are going to affect the market. It's not just talking about it, but actually seeing these rate hikes happen and how it's going to disrupt the financial assets overall. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.